live. Yeah, we going live. Hey, we going live. Yeah, we going live. Yeah, we going. Yeah, we going. Yeah, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hello, hello, hello.
I am Jarrett, the football genius Burgess.
And I'm Stephanie Fitzpatrick, aka the Advantage Coach.
And this is episode 174 of the Field to the Real podcast. And
Yeah.
Super excited to announce that college football season is on this way.
2 weeks away. Yes.
High school is already started.
Countdown from UGA every week. Yep.
Huh?
I said I get my countdown from UGA every week. 2 weeks, but yes.
You know what? You mentioning them kind of lets me see that I see where you're leaning with this next topic, or this Who's Really Right. And guys, we're looking at the preseason AP top 5 in college football. Yeah. And so right now, our Who's Really Right is that we're going to give our top 5, whether it be that we're in line with the AP's top 5, in Steph's case, whether we have a different top 5, or, well, I guess that's the same thing. So we'll pick our own, or we may agree with the AP top 5. But I'm assuming that yours is different. So I'm going to let you go first, Steph.
Okay.
So let's
say what it is.
Let's say
first.
who's in the top 5. So
number
1 is Alabama. Number 2 is Ohio State. Number 3 is Georgia, UGA. Number 4 is Clemson. And number 5 is Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Now, what do you see wrong with this stuff?
Couple of things. Mm-hmm. I still don't understand how it is that Alabama lost the national championship game and are coming in at number 1. I'm not even debating that it should be UGA, okay?
Yeah.
Because I will honor why UGA is where they are for the fact that they lost so many people on defense. So until this new defense, we're going to see if Kirby Smart's system, I'll say, is just a plug and play, or if he just had an anomaly with some freakishly amazing defensive players last year.
Okay.
So I respect that Georgia is not number 1. However, I do have an issue with Alabama being number 1. Okay. But then I also am, I have no top 5 in order. I will say that. Because this is always weird to me that they do this, first of all, based on what, right? But I feel like it's a slap in Georgia's face to have them behind Ohio State, if nothing else. Okay. So the least you could do is, yes, if you're going to question Georgia's defense, then at least put them at number 2. But I will also argue that every year Alabama loses a boatload of kids, to the NFL, and they seem to still make it to number 1. So, all that said, again, those are my bigger beefs. The next one is, how is Notre Dame in this? How is Notre Dame in this? I don't know who would replace Notre Dame. I can't remember who number 6 is. Who is number 6?
You know what? I'm gonna check it out in a second.
Okay, because this is disrespectful to whoever that is. I don't even care who they are. So I would still say Alabama needs to be in this. UGA needs to be in this. Even Clemson, I'm questioning why you in this.
Texas A&M.
Okay, so I'm gonna cheat this week.
Okay.
And just say, I don't know that there's a top 5. because I feel like college football is getting to a point of parity where I don't know that there's a team that's going to be able to just say for sure they dominate.
Right.
And because I wouldn't put Texas A&M, I mean, it's just in my head, these are not the schools that pop to my mind first.
Okay.
So I'm having a hard time, even if I wanted to rearrange this list. So to be fair, I will just give from the people that they picked, I will rearrange this, okay?
Okay.
Alabama, I'm gonna leave them at number one because who else? Georgia, Ohio State. This is so hard. Clemson and Notre Dame. So I would switch Ohio State and Georgia.
Okay.
But that's me in protest. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. I mean,
because I don't feel like none of these people, other than Georgia and Alabama, really need to be in this conversation.
Of course not.
Just like,
we all know about your SEC bias.
Hey.
No. So I think one of the things that we have to find out, and I don't think we probably have to do a little bit of digging just to find this out. What are they using as the tool to come up with this top 25? I'm going to say there is a combination of where the teams left off last year, how many players the teams lost, and what their recruiting class rankings look like. Now, so looking at the top, let's go 10 recruiting class rankings. You got Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Michigan, and Clemson. That's the top 10. And this is courtesy of 24/7 Sports.
Okay.
I think given that where they left off last year, and this is just me making my pick, and how many players the teams lost, I think that it's hard to even with them losing the national championship last year, it's hard to not vote Alabama number one.
Yeah. Nick Saban has shown his plug and play works.
But for me, looking at what they had last year, I would go with, and they knocked off Alabama last year. I would go with Texas A&M at number 2. Another SEC school, but they had the most 5-star recruits this past year.
I was gonna say what you just said kind of makes them make more sense. Again, disrespectful. Then my point, it's disrespectful that Notre Dame would be ahead of them. Like, it's disrespectful to me.
I'm curious to find why the AP voted them in.
Yeah.
My number 3 is obviously going to be Georgia. I don't know why Ohio State was ranked ahead of them. As a matter of fact, Ohio State lost to Michigan last year. And I think they'd be in danger of losing to Michigan again this year. So my number 4 is actually going to be Michigan.
Oh, that's an interesting pick. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And so number 5 for me. So number 4 and number 5 are teams that weren't on this. I'm going to go with Texas at number 5.
If I had to do it again, that would probably be what I would do, is pick Texas over Notre Dame. Texas would be my wild card to come out of all of those, like, for real.
Yeah.
I feel like they've got the synergy. It's good. Things are good there right now. I feel like they looked really good to me last year. I feel like they just needed to get over a hump. So I agree. Yeah. But I would put Texas at number 5 over Notre Dame for sure. Yes.
So that's my top 5. And if it was a bit choppy, that's Alabama, Texas A&M, Georgia, Michigan, Texas.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at yours. I just was, for me, it was just hard because I felt like I was having such a hard time trying to understand why some of these teams were in it in the first place. So that's why I was like, why are they even? So I spent too much time complaining about it and not really looking at like what are the alternatives, I think, because I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Like
I couldn't understand why. I mean, they had the number 7 recruiting class. I didn't understand why Notre Dame was in this top 5. And I think it's one of those things where, like, I talk about SEC bias. And you see, look, I say that about you, and I had 3 SEC teams in the I think there is a Notre Dame bias. I think that they're, you know what I'm saying, people really
Ohio State one too.
Yeah, definitely.
It is. Because what are they doing that's making y'all feel like that? I don't understand.
Well, every year they're somewhere around it. You know what I'm saying? Up until losing to Michigan last year, you know what I'm saying, they were right there. And to come in with a top 5 recruiting class, you know what I'm saying? Part, you know, I can see why people would say, okay, Ohio State may be turning the corner, given that their coaches, this is year 3 for him. Or is it year 2 or year 3?
2. No, this is 3. This is 3.
Yeah, this is 3.
3. Yeah, this is 3.
Yeah, because
3. Yeah.
1.
No, it's 3.
Yeah,
3. 3. Yeah.
Okay.
So you said the word is the trigger for me, turning the corner.
Yeah.
Not that you turned the corner.
Right.
Turning the corner, which this is annoying me, y'all. My light keep going out. Anyway.
Oh, still doing. Oh man. Oh yeah.
It's okay. I'm gonna leave it out because it's annoying me.
Well, I think when we talk about preseason top 5, it's a projection. You know what I'm saying? And so we can't solely look at what happened last season because it's college football. Players transfer, players leave, new players come in. Yeah. And so we got to make our projections based off of kind of all of the evidence that's available to us.
Right.
You know, like there can't be an expectation that Cincinnati is going to do what it did last year, right?
Well, okay.
No.
We're gonna have it. Let's do that next week.
Okay.
Have our Cinderella pick.
That's good. I like that. Yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
Nah.
Let's have our Cinderella pick next week. So y'all already know who's really right for next week. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be me. Look, you wasn't even talking about that. You was talking about the topic.
Exactly.
I had to steal some glory for myself.
Yay, get it in. It's all good.
Nah, but you guys let us know who you think is really right between ours, but also go ahead and create your own.
Yeah. You
know, you can do that in the comments. Let us know who you think your top 5 or who
the top 5
would be.
Yeah, because it ain't these. Oh, shut up, Stephanie. Sorry.
we can revisit at the end of the season.
Yes, I want to see where we are. We never do things like that. We really need to start doing that.
Right.
Yes, we need to come back to our topics sometimes. Sometimes we do, but very rarely.
Yeah, let's put a pin in this one and check it out at the end of the season.
Yes, this one and next week's because I'm
put the cameras on me. 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 Put the cameras on me.